Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host. And today is part 2 of the special treat. This is Krista Rose. She is an intuitive guide, coach, and author whose work has reached millions worldwide. She specializes in self-concept work and energetic healing, supporting clients in releasing old patterns, reconnecting with their intuition, and stepping fully into their most magnetic expression. Krista is an author of Show Up as Her and the host of the podcast, That Bitch is Positive. At the core of her work is a devotion to embodiment, inner truth, and the remembrance of self. Yay! Welcome!
Thank you for having me. I love it here.
I love having you here.
It's an honor, as always.
Oh, it is such an honor. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time. And anybody who's missed the first part, go watch it. It is really so important for us women to understand that dating is changing.
Mhm.
We are changing. The world is changing. We're ascending. It's a vibrational upgrade that is necessary for your happy ever after.
Mm-hmm. So true. I love how you said that because it's almost like when you go to upgrade your iPhone, the energetic codes on this planet are upgrading. And unless we upgrade with those codes, it's going to be like fighting water. It's not going to be fun. We're going to feel anxious. We'll feel out of step with divine timing and our purpose. And it is really times now, it always is in the present moment where our power lives to reclaim our self worth, to reclaim our standard, and to stand on that standard and say, yeah, I didn't stutter. This is what I want. And I'm going to be patient until I get that. Instead of just allowing any Brad and Chad in, this is the time to rest into our pedestal and have peace standing there. You know, whether we have that person or not, when we have that queendom and we rest in it, that king will find you.
Yes, 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 absolutely. So well said, Krista. And there is this pressure though, this pressure to oh well, dating somebody and it's so, but it's good enough, and then just allowing for that to be what it is, right? And this pressure is so what is not going to support
Yeah.
that smooth and long-lasting relationship any longer, right?
Yeah, any feeling that deviates from love, I definitely do not think that feeling should be the start of any relationship.
Mhm.
So if it's anxiety or pressure or feeling powerless because you're not in a relationship and that's what's driving you, take a million steps back and do not even move forward with that because that means it's coming from your ego 100% and not actually in divine timing or from your heart. I think there's a lot of pressure from our family whenever we go to that gathering. Are you dating anyone? Why aren't you? When are you going to get married, have kids, do this, do that? I even went out with a married couple recently and the husband kept saying, "What about this guy? What about this guy? What about this guy? Oh, just go up to him." And it felt so wrong to me. I'm like, "No, that is I am in true embodiment right now because I want to be here just to be here. I want to listen to this cover band sing Creep. I want to listen to this music. I want to just be out and about because this is truly where I desire to be. I'm not here in search of someone else." And I think when we make a decision about how we want to do life, because we all have to decide, and it's either you play this game of life and you're living completely externalized, you're focused on getting the guy, going up to him, chasing him, pursuing him, that's going to lead to a very different way of living. Maybe you have less external pressure because your mom's happy you're in a relationship, or your friends are seeing you're in a relationship, or you have a date to a wedding. But don't be so quick to be happy with that, because over time, what I have noticed is that maybe external pressure quiets down, but then there comes this internal pressure. This internal pressure of, you settled into a relationship that is not right for you. Internal pressure of, this feels wrong every single day. Internal pressure of, I really feel like I'm deserving of more. That internal pressure of, I'm exhausted of being the therapist. If you allow external pressure to pressure you, to decide for you, pressure does not just dissipate, it will start to be an internal experience. It's not worth it. I've done both, so I can tell you, I've done the masculine thing, I've done the feminine thing, and I'm not perfect. Sometimes maybe I will slip into masculine energy again. However, having experienced the two, there's one that allows for so much more grace, so much more love, so much more light. Can I also say so much more fun? It's so fun to just test the electromagnetic fields and go out and say, who's going to come up to me today? It's so fun to go out, whether you're on a walk. I got asked out in a grocery store. Britta, I could not believe it. And I truly believe it's because I finally said, I'm just going to be patient. I'm so frustrated. I'm so exhausted. I'm just going to be patient. I will not go on the dating apps. My person, I'm encoding it. They must just find me in the wild. They must find me in the wild, out there when I'm out and about. That changed everything. First of all, I can rest now. I can just be me. I can broadcast my light. Maybe I'm being messy that day, or mystical, or extroverted, or introverted. It doesn't really matter, because I'm everything and I can be whatever I want that day. But when I just let myself broadcast, I'm not kidding you, at stoplights, on walks, at grocery stores, at a coffee shop. I thought this only happened in movies. I didn't believe it was real until it started happening to me. And I share this now because I want women to understand, humans to understand, when you say, you know what, I'm devoted to this vision, I'm not going to drop my standard, I'm not just going to allow anyone into my life, because whatever we allow, we amplify, and we keep getting more of that said result. When we say no to less, and we say the only way I'm going to commit is if it's 100% feeling right, and I think that's it, it has to feel right. That's the only way I'm going to say yes to it. And the universe will literally conform to your word. If you say, I'm going to be patient, but I'm not going to accept less, you'll have some tests that come through. You continuously recommit to, I'm patient, I'm not accepting less. Your universe will deliver you the people, and they will come out of the woodworks. They will come out of nowhere. I think for me, something that was so difficult when I did delete the dating apps, I thought to myself, well, how am I going to meet anyone? I'm not going out to bars till 3 a.m. I barely go out to bars, period, because I really don't want to be there, because I don't even drink. They're boring to me. I thought to myself, how am I going to find someone if I don't even go out? And that was just another limiting belief. That was another pressure. And I said, no, 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 no. I'm not going to allow that to sink my boat right now. I'm not going to allow that to dictate my thought. I am just going to go wherever I want to go. So, yeah, I'll go to the coffee shop. I'll go to some seminar. I'll go to a healing event. I'll go to a workout class. And then the divine just started to send the people my way anyway, in places that you wouldn't even think. But it's because I made a new commitment, a new vow to myself, to my worth, to my standard. And I think this is really what this is all about, that vow of, I'm not performing anything anymore. I'm not going to put on any sort of mask. And I'm definitely not going where I don't want to go. I did that last year, and there were so many times I ended up crying because I was so tired. Nope, not happening. This this is what makes a difference. What you want is possible. Your game plan of what you're doing right now might not be the best process if you keep running into the same blocks. So maybe it's just a new commitment, a new vow, a new way of embodying energy, and you'll shift the results. That's what it is. New decisions get new results, and it's great.
Yes, yes. And quickly for clarification, when you were in your masculine energy, those things didn't happen, correct?
Oh, never. When I was in my masculine energy, I felt like the ugliest duck. I thought there was something really wrong with me because I was having to do all the work. I was having to pursue people. I was having to perform. And they really weren't biting back. They would kind of show up, I guess, but it was like they might as well be like a dead fish. They were just there floating in the ocean, but they weren't doing anything. And when I changed, the results changed. When I stopped pursuing, I got pursued. It was like the exact inverse effect.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is the key. This is the key right here. Everybody rewind, listen to it again. Rewind, listen to it again. Because this is the truth, right? What you said, you being in yourself and you doing what you feel and going where you feel like going and living your life and fully enjoying yourself and living your joy. Because divine feminine is joy,
Yeah.
right? That's the magnet. That is the magnet. So if you, the viewer, if you are still catching yourself wondering, where are the men or where is my partner? You're still not in the right energy,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's not the way to think. That's masculine energy thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll work if you're staying in the old paradigm, and you'll still get testers to
Mm-hmm.
test you in your worth in that way, right?
Yeah.
But I also want to say another thing. So, Krista, you are absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Right? You're breathtaking.
Oh, thank
But
you.
again, this has nothing to do with just the physical,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I say this and I see it, right, with so many women, because women, there is nothing more insecure on this planet than a white female,
Mm-hmm.
right? Studies show this over and over. Oh, I'm not tall enough. I'm not thin enough. I don't have enough this. I don't have enough that, right? And so all of that is still that deep, old, masculine patriarchy conditioned into us. None of it, this is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really the most important thing to go deeper into yourself, into your divine feminine, into your feminine flow, and to really learn to live from this place. And not only will you be that magnet, so
Mm-hmm.
no matter where you are, men will just get drawn in, masculines will just get drawn in, because that is the law of this universe.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah.
but again, this is very important that there is a counterpart, right? So when we think about this concept, the more that you are living your truth and following your guidance and staying in your flow, this is not only what activates your counterpart, but he will be brought in. He'll have to heal, right? He'll have to level up. There is usually a time where he needs to go through his processing. And then he'll get brought in, and magically enough, the two of you are perfect for each other,
Mm.
because that's that divine orchestration. Not only are you perfect for each other, but you were designed
Mm-hmm.
for each other for this lifetime, right? For this experience of this high value, high vibrational, high mission focused love.
Oh, yeah. And even to draw on that prior point before, that it's not so much what you're looking like, it's actually how you feel about what you look like. Because I had, this is true, back to back nights. I think it was like a Friday night and a Saturday night. And I went out both nights. Friday night, I didn't feel like going out. I didn't like my outfit. I didn't like the way my hair was sitting. I didn't really like my winged eyeliner. I looked literally the same as I do every other day, but I was in a mood, so I thought I did it. I went out, didn't have a good night. No one came up to me. I was kind of like sourpuss vibes, not really wanting to dance and enjoy it. And I went home and I said, "Oh, exactly. I didn't want to go out, and it was a bad night. I was right." Second night, literally 24 hours later, not even, I go out. I have on pretty much the same outfit. It's very similar. My hair, I think, looks maybe a little wavier, but it's pretty much the same. My eyeliner, maybe a little more pointed, but no man is going to see the difference between the two nights. But because I felt better, I felt better about what I looked like, I had a completely different night. And not to say we should measure things like this, but I'm very experimental with my reality. So I do measure everything. I said, okay, well, the night before, no one came up to me. The second night, three different men offered to buy me drinks and then did. This is when I was drinking. This was 3 years ago. And so what I realized is it's not about what I even look like. It's about how I feel about what I look like, how I feel about what's on my body. So I just have to do what feels right, what feels good to me. So if that means no makeup, then I'm going out on a Friday night with no makeup. If that means putting on 400 pounds of makeup, I can't wait to put on 400 pounds of makeup. It's about what actually feels right to us. Because if you feel good in it, then you're broadcasting that magnetic energy. Your aura expands. It's what I call big aura energy. It's like whoosh, and everyone wants to come up to you. That's why at this point, it doesn't matter where I go. If I'm in workout clothes with my hair sweating, kind of sticking to my face, it doesn't even matter because I'm so happy to just be there, to be in my skin, to do whatever I'm doing. And I think that's something that's kind of hard for us to realize that, it's what I look like. No, it's about how you feel about what you look like. And with that being said, if there are things you want to change because you think they're genuinely going to make you feel better, then okay, it's your life. Go off, do what you want to do. But no, it's all about how you feel. How you feel.
What she said. We're done.
It's such a process to realize these things, but you get it. I've really thought I'm writing a second book, and I thought to myself, I was in a 7 year relationship, and now I have to date, so I want to learn men.
Have to.
Turns out, I I thought I had to learn men. I thought I wanted to learn men. I found something so much better. I learned me. I didn't learn so much about men. I learned through men. And it's like we can do the same thing with the electromagnetic field. We learn through experience. And I just love to test my electromagnetic fields. I love to go out, try different energies, try different embodiments, and see what's going to happen today. This can be fun. Like, we can really have so much more pleasure and so much more fun with the life that we are creating and attracting when we realize, damn, we are this co creator. We can get better results, but it doesn't have to be from, it has to be exactly this in this package at this time. That makes it unfun. But being devoted to your highest vision and saying, I allow it to come to me, I'm so open to it, and I bless it before it even touches my timeline, that's fun.
Yes, yes, exactly. It's the truth. It really is. And I encourage all of you to really try it on, right? Really try it on, because we are not here to compete or compare, right? Goddess never competes or compares. We are all individual, and we're all in different vessels and different temples and different bodies, and we all have different likes, and we all have different quirks, and we all have different tendencies, and we are all so unique. So there is no formula. The only formula is to just be in yourself, in your flow, in your joy, and feel your truth and live that. And there, my grandma always used to say, there is a lid for every pot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is really the truth. So much energy and time is wasted in stumbling around in these false concepts of, oh, maybe him, oh, maybe him, or maybe her, or,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's so much more easy and effortlessly if we really allow
Mm-hmm.
that space of total self-love and self-acceptance and trusting self and flowing from this space, and then everything falls into place.
Oh, yeah. And it's also really special that the divine will just show you who people are. You'll just see through experience. If they ghost you, if they leave your life, if they can't show up for you, I think sometimes we get lost in the sauce and we create meaning around what that means. They ghosted me, so I'm not good enough. They left my life, so there's something wrong with me. Whoa, 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 whoa. I personally would not ask a cat to bark because I know cats don't bark. We cannot get lost in the sauce and ask people who are incapable of giving us what we want and what we need to give us that. It's not personal, it's vibrational. You know, we're all equal on this planet, but we do not vibrate at the same set point. And that's an important distinction. Everyone's worthy, but we are not the same. And so when you are going through experience, as most of us are, I would just invite everyone to not be so quick to make meaning around circumstance. Perhaps they left your life not because they ghosted you and you suck. Maybe you are being protected from something you don't even know about. Or maybe the activation has already happened and you completed the contract and it really was that fast. Or maybe they're just making space for your next person. Before you commit to a negative meeting and make that your story, I would invite you to divorce any negative thing you think about yourself and instead marry the present moment, marry the self love, or at least marry curiosity. Maybe it's something better that I can't think of right now. I would have to do that sometimes because I'm like, damn, I actually don't know, but maybe it's something I don't really have in this moment, but it's got to be working for me some way. So I'll figure that out later. That even is the divine feminine energy, just sitting in the unknown and saying, not really sure, but it will be figured out.
Yes, 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 yes. And again, trusting that divine orchestration.
Yeah.
There is so much behind the veil that we are not aware of,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's so much that is at play at all times, and everything happens for us in every moment.
And I would also love to share, because this is popping into my being right now, synchronicities.
Mhm.
I have so many times seen synchronicities that would be in connection to individuals I was dating. For example, I dated one person with a March birthday, and then, another person I dated had the same birthday. I made the mistake of thinking, oh, they have the same birthday. Maybe this person is mine. It's a sign. Like, that's something for me to realize. But then that didn't work out. So then when the third person came, I thought, oh, okay, third time's the charm. This is definitely my person because of the birthday. It's a synchronicity. I want to just say that synchronicities are always about you and your journey. They're not so much about the person in front of you. And when you start to recognize patterns, repeating numbers, repeating names, repeating words, whatever it is for you, feelings, those are for you to learn through. Again, don't assign meaning where there is none or assign the wrong meaning that it has to mean this person is my person. We don't know that yet. We got to be in the we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, I'm surrendered. Those synchronicities are for you to realize something's happening right now that needs my attention. Something's unfolding that's important to what I signed up to learn through. This is for my journey. Let me look at it.
Yes, yes, yes. So good, so good. And this is what this big voice out there right now is like decenter, decenter
Yeah.
men, right? Decenter, everybody decenter,
Mm-hmm.
decenter the masculine within yourself and externally.
Yeah. Oh.
And that is going to take you right into your feminine energy, into your worth, into your wholeness. And from here, you will then be in that frequency of just having that beautiful ability to be whole in a partnership. Because that was the old patterning of the patriarchy. We centered ourselves around the man,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what needs to shift, and that'll bring in that beautiful frequency of everything you want and more, right? Because when you do that, I promise you, spirit will blow your mind.
Oh, yeah. And also, decentering a male or a relationship does not mean you're decentering love. Actually, it's expanded my capacity to love. I love my vision even more now. I love my life even more now. I now have time to develop female friendships, which I never really had at the level that I wanted. I have so much love for my divine counterpart and for myself, that I'm not willing to settle into anything else. I think sometimes we believe if we decenter the relationship, it's a lack of love. I see the exact opposite. This is the most love I've ever experienced in my life, because I am not willing to trade in love for a relationship that doesn't meet me. I'm holding on to love. I'm existing in love. I'm sending out love beams to random people on the street. You can have the love now and later and forevermore when you are truly knowing that it's yours, that you're not willing to give it up for something that can't meet you. And when you just start finding it in every day, like, I love that. I love the divine. I love that I woke up today. I love my body for healing at its own natural cadence. I love to look at the sun. There's so many things to love and so many things to channel energy into. Just because you don't have a relationship doesn't mean you don't get the love. In fact, for a lot of us, our relationships are like the least interesting thing about us. You don't want it to be the most interesting thing. There's so much that we are, there's so much to discover.
Yes, 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 yes. So true, so true. And they just dropped something else for me to add on there, in terms of, so staying in your own energy moving forward, right? So decentering the man, like you said, right? It doesn't take away from the love. No, it is actually the correct balance,
Yeah.
right? For the feminine to stay centered to herself, to her light, is the role of the divine feminine. That is goddess embodiment, because she is the leading frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She is the divine, and she has to stay that. The second she loses focus with herself and focuses on the masculine, she disconnects from herself, from her light, from her guidance. And now, not only is she disconnecting, her frequency lowers, creating imbalance, centering herself around him, which then has him not to be interested anymore. To keep the relationship going in every single way, including passion, feminine has to stay centered around herself.
Mm. So absolutely true. I've seen that in my life
Mm.
so many different times, so many different times. There's a reason it doesn't feel good when we're scatterbrained. There's
Mhm.
a reason it doesn't feel good when we're chasing people outside of ourselves. There's a reason it doesn't feel good to pedestal another person. It's because we're not meant to exist within that energy. Our body has so much ancient wisdom. It's going to communicate with you through your feeling. So when you start feeling like, oh, they're pulling away, let me go in closer, let me try to get them back. Oh, they haven't called me, let me call them 5,000 times. Oh, I have to go out and be in places I don't want to be. It doesn't feel good. It's exhausting because your body is telling you this is not what we are meant to embody. And
Exactly.
we have to come back into ourselves. And this is not something that's perfect. It's a practice. It's something you're going to practice every single day. It's something you're going to have to practice in the morning, and then you're going to forget it by noon, and you're going to have to plug back into it and practice it again. It is not meant to be another performance. This is you going back home to yourself, for you, not for the Brads and the Chads or even the Britneys. This is for you to feel good again, because you're not meant to rush through this existence. You're not meant to settle through this life. You are meant to live it. So let's go back to living.
Yes, 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 yes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And this, this concept, right? This dynamic then, by the feminine staying in herself and following her guidance and living from this place of joy, that is what keeps the masculine in his role, because he's the one to pursue, he's the one to chase. What chase, right? To court, to want to provide, to want to protect, right? This is what keeps the fire burning, the passion, the desire on every level.
Oh
And
yeah.
again, the way you said it so perfectly, it's a practice. It's a practice that you will be able to practice with your partner as well, right? Because like how we are also unique and different, that's how the partnership, each divine union is unique,
Mm-hmm.
right? Again, every partnership will have different requirements or needs or preferences. And this is where each and every union, and you being the feminine, being in yourself, you will be able to work with that and figure it out and keep practicing as the two of you go along.
Oh, yeah. And I had a channel a while back and I just kept hearing it's taking longer because it's going to be a higher love. And I really do believe some of us have signed up to have these soul incarnations where, yeah, we're front loading karma, but more importantly, we're learning about ourselves, about what energy we want to embody. And I think about if I were to be in that past 7 year relationship that I had, that's really not the level of love that I desire. So saying no to that, all right, it might take me longer now because I'm going a different route, a route I've not been yet as Krista, but it's going to lead to a higher love. So don't get sucked into what's going on around you, the people getting married. I went through a huge breakup when everyone around me was getting engaged and married. And of course, the pressure is there. But I really believe within all of us, if you take a couple of minutes to get quiet with yourself, you're going to feel this little inner knowing, whether you want to admit it to yourself or not, that tells you it's coming. It's coming because you're waiting for the real divine union that you truly desire. It's coming because it's a vision that has been in your mind. It is a true desire that's in your heart. It's happening. And even if it takes longer, it's because it's going to be a higher love. And that's a beautiful thing to be in transformation and service for.
Yes, 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 yes. So beautifully said. Yes. And so, of course, time is already ticking again. It's crazy. But I do want to ask you to, if you could leave the viewers, the listeners with an example or a way of sharing how to play in that electromagnetic field.
Ooh, okay. So one of my favorite things to do is talk. I don't know if you can tell. So I love to say every day, Divine, show me my true worth externalized. Show me how valuable I am. Show me how precious I am. Show me how valuable I truly am. Because we don't know. We have no idea how precious and loving and deserving we are. So, a beautiful way to kind of poke back at the electromagnetic field and say, show me, I want to experience blessings today, is to just say it, to just ask for it. And then when it happens, you're going to remember that you said it that morning, and it's going to be like a little wink for the universe. And then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. And eventually it's just, wow, I really am seeing so many new occurrences that now I realize I just have completely leaped into a new reality. I'll also say, if you've recently gone through a breakup or the transition from one relationship back now, really into yourself, telling the universe, I am open to new love experiences will blow your mind. Because every time I do that and I remember to do that, new people will just be substituted in, funneled in, and of course, use discernment. You can't just be like, yes, everyone come into my nest. Use discernment. And one more thing is coming up, and then I'll end it. But um, I started before going to bed just talking to my divine counterpart. And I would just say, I love you already. I miss you. And talk to me. Like, I want to feel you. I want to feel your energy. And I kid you not, I feel him. And that gives me kind of an extra pep in my step. I think it puts gas in the tank for me to keep going because once you feel your divine counterpart's energy, you're like, oh, anything that isn't this safe and this loving and this grounded and this masculine, I don't want it. I would really encourage you before you go to bed, when everything's done and it's just you, just ask your divine counterpart, allow me to feel you. Let me feel your energy. Let me feel your presence, and you're going to feel it. It feels like warmth. It feels amazing. And it's going to inspire you not to give up on this, not to give up on yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. And it feels very safe because there's one more thing that I now have to add about the counterpart.
Do
Um,
it.
well, and this is actually scientifically proven now too, right? That when we are actually with our divine counterpart, our nervous system completely relaxes.
Mhm.
And it doesn't have to mean it's always everything is rosy and peaceful. There could be situations, but still, when we are with that person, our nervous system just goes, ah,
Mhm.
because the body holds that intelligence and the soul works through the body. And the soul, the body, the nervous system knows
Mm.
when
Oh
it's safe,
yeah.
when it's right.
Oh yeah. It's so true. And imagine like you get to tonight, you don't have to wait for anything actually. You get tonight to ask to feel your divine counterpart's presence. You get to tonight to have that help you ease your nervous system to help restore faith tonight. That's the cool part. You don't have to have patience for this one. It will happen.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes. And I like what you said about, talk to your counterpart and,
Mhm.
feel that already. Feel yourself in that vibration, in that dynamic as to, right? How does that feel? And allow yourself to not only trust it, but to relax into that, because that is going to activate it even more. And there's one more thing. We could just keep going. But what you said about ask spirit to show me my value, right?
Mhm.
So 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 important because, and I'm seeing this right now with clients as they are leveling up and embodying more light, they're not comfortable with it. They're not recognizing, right? And so, yes, we're not even close to knowing the worth and the grace and the power that we actually are. And the body has to adjust to it slowly but surely. So this is a great practice, a great exercise. Thank you so much, Krista, for sharing that to get used to. Oh wow, yes, that I am worth so much. Oh my goodness, yes, I am all this amazingness.
Yeah.
And this is it. This is the secret in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, this is exactly it. So yes, what an exciting time to
Mhm.
be here, right? What an exciting time to live in these bodies. And to your point, to be in this inner union, in this deep relationship
Mhm.
with spirit, with the divine, with the universe, with the light, with God, with Goddess, however you like to name it,
Mhm.
right? It's all the same. There is no such thing as separation. That's all ego, right? So
Mhm.
to remember that you already are it,
Mhm.
and that you being it and embodying it, that is the key to everything, everything and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen. A woman.
Amen.
Get them both. Divine union of
Yes,
words too.
yes. It was so wonderful spending this time with you. I think we're gonna have to do more at some point.
Yes,
This was
absolutely.
incredible. How about we do another one when we are in divine union?
Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
I'm so excited for that.
Me too. Me too. Well, so thank you. Thank you for your light. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your presence. Beautiful, beautiful Krista Rose. And
Thank you.
please tell everybody where they can get a hold of you if somebody wants to reach out.
Okay. Absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at the Krista Rose Code. It's the Krista, Christa, Rose Code. Or you can just search up That Bitch is Positive, which is my podcast, or you can look up my book, Show Up as Her. Probably Instagram is easiest. I have all my links there. And I just want to say, Britta, thank you so much for sharing your light, for being such a beautiful embodiment of the divine feminine, and for really holding space for so many humans who are on the path of divine union. We need each other, and we need just presence even with each other to hold each other's hands. I really do believe we're all just walking each other home and into our own divine unions, which is amazing. So thank you.
All right, we've got to go.
Okay, we're ending. Thank you.
Mwah, I love you so much.
I love you, love you, love you, love you.
Yay! And thank you, everybody, for your light, for your presence, your beautiful existence. And please do like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Hugs and kisses. Ciao for now.